Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got 3 replays for you in the tier 6 premium light tank, the Snakebite. So Snakebite is a British light tank, I should add, and yeah, there's been a few changes to it. Just before I sort of mention the change, you'll see top right hand screen I've got the equipment set out, so I've got camo net, vert stabs and optics on this tank, and I'm running Born Leader, rapid reload, 6th sense, steady aim, snapshot, situational awareness, camouflage expertise, run and gun, and I would put muffled shot on this tank if I was, sort of filling the final slot. I was just using the 8 perks here as opposed to the full 9. So yeah, the Snakebite then. Well, the change, the matchmaking, yeah. The matchmaking has been changed now, and it's no longer restricted. So before, the change, the Snakebite would only see tiers 6 and above to 8. It would never have seen tier 5. But now that has all changed, and it's basically reset to a standard tier 6 tank. It will see tier 6s, tier 5, 6, 7 and 8. So yeah, that is the change. It's also come into effect with the T50-2, which is the Russian light tank. Can't remember if that's a premium or secondary, so apologies for that. Should have done my research better on that. But that is the other tank where this change has also been applied. Now, the Snakebite is a love-hate creature for me. It's got fantastic mobility with a top forward kilometer speed of 80, which is very damn quick. So yeah, the fantastic mobility is a real plus on this tank. You've got a rapid firing gun. The camo is okay, it's average, and the view range is good. I would say this works best as an active spotter. I mean, you can play it passive if you wanted to, but for me, there's a lot of ape and YOLO in this. Not ape and YOLO, but yeah, a lot of active driving by driving about and getting spots. But yeah, and it's, like I say, a good active spotter. It's got 8 degrees of gun depression, which is decent, so you can play ridge lines slightly, and yeah, it's just it's an absolute menace. And if I'm honest, I don't know how I feel about this matchmaking change. I mean, obviously playing it is great, but yeah, I just wonder if it should have stayed as it was, in the matchmaking, but perhaps it had a few buffs, because if I'm honest, one of the worst things about this tank is the accuracy, the dispersion on the move. It is horrible. It's utterly horrible. It is one of the worst tanks I think I've played in the game with its accuracy on the move. It is just, I can't describe it. And you'll notice that I've actually free marked this years ago, and it was one of the worst free marks to do. It was painful. Reason being is, okay, you got a great rapid firing gun, but ideally to get your marks up, for me, I would have wanted to. I would use that fantastic mobility to try and be the active light tank, getting the spots, getting the assist, and for free marketing, obviously that all counts. So I would get the spots in, I'd get the assist. Now, if you're not on an open map, you're on a city map or something like that, where you don't quite get the assist off, I don't know, you're in a game with 3 or 4 other light tanks, which can happen. You then have to rely on the damage, and when you're trying to get the damage with this gun, sort of, you can see here, it can just be, it can be a little bit painful. But anyway, that's the bane that you have to deal with if you're free marking. So yeah, the shooting is terrible on the move. Real poor dispersion on this tank. Can be a little bit tricky to to drive and fire at the same time. You know, when you're sort of aiming and when you're, it's that quick that you're obviously trying to multitask with this tank. You're trying to keep it in, you know, and you can just see there, I've done a horrible job trying to shoot a tank and then trying to keep control and end up ramming him. And ramming him by accident, by the way, that wasn't intentional. It was genuinely by accident, and obviously with that speed, that momentum just carried me into a complete brick wall and I died, which isn't great because I was having a half decent game there, but anyway, and the penetration values are absolutely shocking, hence why there's a lot of premium being fired here, and hence the silver loss. You will lose a lot of silver because you're relying on those premium rounds to help with the penetration, but equally the accuracy is that bad that when you're missing shots, you're obviously losing silver for every shot you miss. So, it's really love-hate. Really love-hate. But, yeah, that's it for sort of how I feel on the tank. So, moving on to the gameplay, we've just obviously completed the first game, which we were on Lakeville. Managed to pick up 2.3k assists with just under 2k damage. Picking up the first class. I only think we picked up the 1 kill there. Credit to, we got 4 kills, okay, stand corrected. Credit to Kingpin, who was on our team supporting us in the SU-100Y, picking up 3.3k damage here. He had a real decent game himself, so fair play to him. And yeah, that was Lakeville. It was just an opportunity to, that first game, to kind of see a little bit about the tank while I sort of rambled on with, you know, how good and how bad it is. But we'll see a lot more because, let's say, we got another replay and then a final replay at the end with quite an interesting game. The second replay, we're on Live Oaks, so a nice large openish map to basically sort of flex our stuff, I guess is probably the best way to describe it. Now, I've initially gone to the crossing point. I haven't gone the full way. I was thinking of going up to that ridge, but noticing 2 light tanks coming our way, sort of full sending, I decided against it. Now, I must apologise, for some reason the lag was really bad last night when I was sort of recording this video. And yeah, there's times where I had no idea what was going on. You see there, the gun just aimed in a different postcode. Can't explain it. The lag was just really bad. But we tried making them the best of a really bad situation. Very hard to play this tank when it's laggy. We tried squeezing a shot into that medium tank there. See, the Cromwell's pushed up and he's providing the spot in there. So I'm not gonna go and also push up when someone's already there spotting. I just thought, you know what, I'll sit in this ridge, try and get some shots off. I want to try and contain these light tanks if possible. Now the premium rounds do have good shell velocity, but I'm just not leading my shots enough there. That was just poorly aimed. That was horrific. And again, we're not leading our shots properly enough, but we're going to lead this one, and then we go, manage to get the shot in, and we actually damage his engine and stop him in his tracks. We hopefully picking up the kill of the game, but then lag kicks in. That's really annoying. Could have had a kill out of that, but for some reason the game was just like, nope, your internet shall not kill that tank. And we just lagged out and just looked at him like, hi. Anyway, hopefully the lag has stopped now and we can actually get on and have a half decent game. We noticed the British Bulldog here, so we're going to try and squeeze some shots into the lower plate. Bulldog's got some good armour, so again, against this tank where the penetration values are not great, we are going to struggle. We've been lit up and we're targeted, so I'm going to get back on the move. We had artillery looking at us as well. You can see what I mean about his forward speed. We can just get straight out. We're trying to get some shots off as we're leaving because, you know, although the accuracy is terrible on the move, there we go, you can see another bit of lag. Honestly, it was awful. Yeah, and then I get punished, absolutely massively punished. I get nearly half my hit points taken away for that lovely bit of lag there. So yeah, I should be having strong words with my internet provider. Although it might be the servers, I don't know. I mean, Wargaming will tell you it's the internet, but yeah, I kind of have to disagree sometimes. But anyway, we move into this dip and get a shot into, well, we end up finishing off the spyglass there. And I'm just going to sort of stay here and hopefully get rid of my spot. I'm going to poke up because there's lots of tanks on this ridgeline. So I want to try and get a shot into this Calliope. I've been a little bit cautious there because I didn't want to get shot. So I was just poking up, but I get a shot into the Calliope. Now I'm going to try and aim for the Hellcat, who's just sitting in one place, just letting me put some shots into him. So again, I'm not trying not to poke up too high because I don't want to take any shots off any of these tanks. But we keep them lit. We're doing a good job at the moment. We've got 2.8k assists, so but the game is starting to slide. You know, with 3 tanks down, they've still got a light tank alive and quite a few tank destroyers. So the game is going a little bit south here, and I need to get out. But unfortunately, we're not far away enough that we don't sort of get out unspotted. But again, I'm using this mobility to try and get away. And you see what I mean? I'm trying to sort of shoot stuff as I'm leaving, and yeah, I'm just getting wrecked. And also try and sort of pay attention to driving as well as shooting. That's what I'm on about. Sometimes you have to focus one over the other because you can't do both really. Yeah, we just sort of been spamming shots left, right, and centre. Yeah, just trying. I mean, you miss the shots you don't take, but you can see there that ELC we're not far away from, but we're just not hitting them, and I'm just slowing down as I'm shooting. This is the other problem. You have to slow down a little bit to get that gun to aim in, to get that dispersion to kind of work for you. And as you do that, you make yourself a target for anybody that's aiming at you. And unfortunately, we get taken up by enemy tank destroyer there. Not much we could do with this game. Would have been nice if we didn't suffer with any lag. We possibly could have kept our hit points and could have been able to have taken a little bit more time to take stock and maybe take control of this game and get in a situation where we could win it. But that's not the case, unfortunately. Let's say we've only got 2 tanks left, and yeah, what I'll do is I'll skip to the results screen and we'll see how we get on. So there we go. We didn't win the game, unfortunately, but we did try our best. Yeah, we put in 1800 damage, just under 3k assist, picking up the first class there. I think if we won that may well would have been an ace. But yeah, it was just unfortunate. We just couldn't quite make it work. Yeah, and got killed a little bit by lag, if I'm honest. But never mind, we are on the 3rd and final replay where it will make up for all our shortfalls that we've had in the previous games. And we're on Serene Coast, which hit and miss for a light tank, I think. You can either have some very good games or you can have not very well. In terms of assist, let's be honest, I think with assist, it is hit and miss. I think you've got this initial play where we're going up to the middle, hoping to light some stuff up. Now I'm going quite deep here. I was expecting to light some tanks up before I got to this position, but it hasn't happened. So I half wonder if the majority of them have gone over to the 8-9 line. But we do spot this tier 7 AMX M4, this French heavy tank. So decided to load the premium and try and get some shots in. We did manage to get one shot through his lower plate, which I was surprised at. But then we see this KV-1S, unfortunately just poorly aimed that. Now I'm hoping I can potentially set this tank on fire. The KVs, when you hit them in the side, are usually prone to setting on fire. But it doesn't seem to be happening. The KV-1S seems to be focused on our medium tank. So I'm going to go in and I get the shot in, taking him out. Unfortunately, we get a shot into us which damages our Armour, but we do fix it. We haven't taken much damage for it either, so again, just losing our spot, fixing our Armour, and we're going to move out there. Got to be careful of the T-34 that was behind us. We were trying to see if we could sneak some shots into that Tier 7 heavy tank. Now I'm going to try and see if I can get some shots on tanks over at the back here. See this enemy AMX is moving over to the other side now. Get some shots in, we put a shot and damages Armour. But yeah, we weren't able to make that explode. Get a shot into that M4, now we're back up and we do sneak another snapshot in there, which was really nice. But this T-34 is concerning me. He's in a position where, you know, he potentially could light us up, and then, you know, if we're distracted by other tanks, he can get some shots into us. Now he's down to a 2-shot to us, 2-3 shot, probably a 2-shot more likely. So I've decided I'm going to go in and take this guy out. When we get one shot in, just slow down to let the gun aim in, put another shot in. Unfortunately, we don't roll high enough, but there we go. Third shot manages to take him out. Just noticing some tanks on the right hand side. Unfortunately, just clipped a rock there, which meant we couldn't stop and get a shot into the Tiger. But we're just going to wait. This Tiger's just come up, so we get a shot into the Tiger. Can we get another one in? We can't. Unfortunately, it just manages to get away from us, but we do get another one into the side. Just using these buildings as cover. And we lose our spot again, so going to move ahead, but not before I put a shot hopefully into this Crusader, which is crossing. We get a shot into that guy. And now we're going to move around and focus on the right hand side a little bit. Yeah, because I'm sort of thinking, right, okay, our team is all on pretty much the 1 line or in the middle at the back. No one is on the 8 or 9 line. I've got a very strong feeling that the 8 or 9 line is going to collapse very shortly. So my thoughts are, maybe we can try and take out this OI that's sat back here. We are getting a little bit of assist for lighting him up. We've also spotted artillery. I'm wondering if I can get a shot through the train tracks here. Unfortunately, we bounced the first shot. Put the second shot in, trying to see if we can aim a shot, but I don't want to sit there long enough for that OI to get some shots into us. We'll try snapping a shot into artillery. Then this T-67 decides to come and try taking us out. T-67's got fantastic mobility, but so is the Snakebite, and this is like, you know, duel of the quick tanks here. We're getting some shots in, going to try and sneak another shot in. Unfortunately, artillery actually manages to hit us and does track us, but we repair our tracks, and we luckily managed to take out that T-67. Now we're moving in, we're spamming shots on this SU, and the gun is actually behaving quite well. Give him a little love tap while he's been set on fire. Luckily we managed to take him out. Tried snapping a shot on the M4, but unfortunately it just tracked him, but then we just let the gun aim in, and we managed to take him out for our 5th kill there. So we're on a bit of a kill streak here. We've been going pretty mental, but I wanted to clear the OI, the RT, and any tanks that were at the back here, because now we can focus on our base that is being capped out. You can see the accuracy there with the gun not being fully aimed in. We were trying to squeeze a shot into the side of that heavy tank. He seems to be just sort of stopped behind a building, so I'm going to move up here. See this enemy Tiger crossing, and luckily we squeezed that shot, and that wasn't fully aimed in either. Like I say, this gun can be very hit and miss, more miss than hit, but it does surprise you at times. And like I say, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So some of you might think, well, you know, maybe you could hold off shooting for, you know, in certain situations. Perhaps with that artillery I could, but I was worried I was going to get shotgun, so I wanted to get the shots in as soon as possible. You see here, this is what I'm talking about. When you're coming up to tanks that you're getting the jump on, you're surprising, you're best off just pulling off the gas a little bit. Just hold off the accelerator and let the gun slightly aim in, rather than just going in full bore, shooting like Wild West. You know, just come off the acceleration, and the, you know, the accuracy will improve. You know, it's just when you're sort of full on mode. Think of the CS63 on turbo mode. You know, the accuracy is always awful, but Here we're just slowing up, we're just letting the gun aim in as best as possible. And yeah, we finish off that artillery for our 8th and final kill. Unfortunately, we don't get the 9th because the team decides to cap out. But yeah, we had a pretty entertaining game there. And yeah, come top of the board with 8 kills, 3k damage, 353 assists. Lost a shed load of silver, but I don't care, I have fun doing it, and that's what this game's all about, isn't it? So we picked up the Radley Walters, the Devastator, Dimitri Medal, the High Caliber, and the Ace Tanker for that game. And yeah, it was a hell of a lot of fun in a tier 7 lobby as well, which was not too bad. But like I say, you can see the issue, I think, with kind of putting it back in with tier 5s. I think tier 5s, don't know, it feels a little bit unfair on those guys. But yeah, if you're grinding, well, if you're playing the Snakebite or trying to free market, then I guess it's a bonus for you, isn't it? So yeah. But anyway, guys, that is it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. That is the Snakebite, and those are the changes that have been made. Let me know how you feel about it. If you feel any differently, or what you think about the tank, do leave a comment below. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, because it does help the channel. And as always, guys, I will catch you next time.